Hi all, this is Christina. It's day 16 of vlogging, and tonight I'm going to talk about an episode that we had at the beach today with Hazel. So there is this part of the beach that you can walk down kind of these like jagged rocks and cliffs. It's not very steep. It's not a very big hill, but it is like a hill down to the beach. And she likes to run down there, and then when I call her back up, she likes to like go around on the beach around to come back up. And I sometimes like to do that just to get her like doing some laps and running. It's just another way to like get her burning some energy. But today she ran down and I called her back up, but I was like kind of in an excited state or a heightened state. So the energy in which I was calling her was kind of like higher pitched. It was just a little bit more like, come on, Hazel, you know. And she came, instead of going all the way around, she came straight up back the like jagged rocks. And she slipped and she ran her left eye right into the rocks, and she just scraped her face like around her eye, like these 3 really predominant scrapes on her face. And it was so hard to watch, and I just was like, oh god, I can't believe she just did that. And when she's injured herself in the past, I have been very emotional about it and very concerned and worried. You know, obviously it's like she's my first dog, so I'm still learning like what she can take and what can't she take, what's an emergency, what's not an emergency, and just kind of like learning as you go. And the last time she got injured at the beach, I wasn't there, but I saw her after at home, and just the way she was, I was just like really like, oh my god, Hazel, are you okay? And it's like kind of emotional energy kind of like projected onto her as like I was really worried and concerned about her, and was she okay? I didn't know. So every time she gets injured now, she like looks at us to see, how do I react to this? So basically she looks to us on how she should respond. So since that first time, we've learned to not react to when she gets injured, because we don't want to put her in that state of like fear or worry. We want to show her stability and groundedness, that it's okay, you know, she's okay. So that's what we did at the beach today. But it was still like, it was like not a bad injury, like we don't have to go to the vet or anything, but like she hit her face pretty hard, and like I expected her to have like a black eye or something, or like blood in her eye, you know, just with the scrapes. What I can see for myself is that it is so important to maintain a stable energy when I'm directing her or when I'm with her in general, because she does respond to our energy. She does respond to our, like, what we're resonating. What is our presence? Are we like super high pitched energy? Are we like super low? She does look to us for direction on how she should react. And so I could see for myself that obviously it was her thing that she fell, like she slipped her foot. It was an accident, she hurt her eye, but I could also see that I was not in a clear state of mind where I was directing her to come. I was like super high pitched and like, yeah, come on, Hazel, you know, like really just like revving her up. And, you know, I perhaps contributed to her slipping because I wasn't clear and like grounded and stable in calling her to come to us. I was, you know, like frequency turned up. And so it's just that point of responsibility that I see that I have, and how I communicate with her, not just with my words, but with my body, my presence, my energy, because that's how she responds. And so it was a hard lesson. She got the brunt of it, obviously, but it's a good point to remember, you know. And this is a point that we've been working with for a while anyway, because like I said, this last time she was injured, I responded very emotionally to her, and now she can very easily go into these states of fear and worry and like kind of cower and submit and like want to hide out. And it's like, we don't want to scare a dog, right? We want her to feel comfortable and stable, but that comes from us. We have to create that environment for her. Yeah, so that's the point that I wanted to share. Hazel's been such an amazing addition to our little unit here with me and Andrew and our 2 cats, and she has supported me so much in what it means to take responsibility for another being's well-being and to put my self-interest aside and take care of something else or someone else's needs, and doing what needs to be done despite what I want. Like, she's been just such a great gift of learning discipline and commitment and taking care of another's well-being, and she just is a constant state of joy. And one thing about her that I find I never realized about dogs until I've now had my own is that it doesn't matter what happens, they're the same. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Their personality doesn't change. Their presence and who they are doesn't change. They never hold a grudge. They're never angry. They never resent. They're never jealous. They're never, comparing. They're never angry at you. They're just stable, always willing to be unconditionally loving and giving and excited to see you and wanting to engage with you. And to me, that's an amazing way to be. So she's been a great example of how to be consistent in who I am every single day. And she supports me also to make sure that I'm supporting her by creating that consistency, that constant stability that she can count on, and that ultimately I can count on and other people can count on. So thanks, Hazel. So day 16 of vlogging. See you tomorrow for day 17. Bye.
But it's